Hello, and welcome to a Halloween special of the Alien RPG on Hint Plays. If you're here, you know what we do. What we do at the moment is panic because my internet connection has been atrocious today. So there is a chance it may die completely or it may drop out. If it drops out, what we're going to do is we're going to call it for today, and I'm not going to juggle the stream. But we will be back with board games from one of the other players in just a couple of minutes. Hopefully everything will be okay. I have taken all the possible steps I can to make it do so. But I'm just warning that if it goes pear-shaped, it won't come back as this, but you can stick on the stream and there will be something for you to watch shortly. The facehugger mask is astonishing. I love it. I need that for the next time I'm on the bus. Yes. That's just, why are you wearing the mask? Have you seen it? Okay, so with me today we have Nightbites.
G'day.
We have Sage.
Hi.
Oh. Right. We have Moliere.
Hello.
And we have Shard without a camera.
What? I'm missing a camera?
You are missing a camera, sir.
Oh, I
Madam.
can see
Not
Shard.
me. I see Shard.
Do you see
Yeah.
Shard? I don't see Shard.
She's wearing a lovely flowered top or dress or
Ah.
whatever.
Hang
item
on.
of some sort.
Shard's window has lost itself. Hang on.
Ah,
Shard's window's being
I've had that
peculiar.
happen before.
Yes. Because why would that happen? There we go. I thought I had a Shard earlier. That confused the hell out of me. She looks great. Although, to be honest, I'm sorry Sage is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, no, yeah. Just everyone else looks lovely, but Sage is dressed for the occasion.
Yes.
I thought about getting the mask I used last year, but it was very uncomfortable.
I'm just here with a flushed facehugger.
I know, he's so adorable.
He is. It's absolutely
little
gorgeous.
smile.
Yes, it's a little grin. It's the last thing you see as your guts are ripped apart. It's at least something cheerful.
I'm just so happy to explode you from the inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. There's a sentence you won't hear outside gaming. Right. Oh
I
dear.
just realized how that could be taken.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. No,
Prison.
that's fair. That's fine. Okay, so this is Free League's Alien RPG. It is an expansion upon the world from the movies. And if you don't know the Alien movies, your education is lacking. But we are talking a science fiction, corporate-dominated, grimy, dystopic. The great dream of space colonization kind of happened, but it's all gone a bit Pete Tong. Everything is mucky. Everything is grimy. People don't trust people. Life is cheap. And there are also aliens. This is the cinematic game, which means that I am at liberty to use a 3-act structure and to kill everybody if I feel like it. It's likely that there will be deaths. In a campaign game, everybody is expected to come back for next session. They may still die, but I'm not going to be quite as brutal about it. But this is a cinematic game, so think of this as the movie version instead of the ongoing spin-off series. And yes, indeed, never trust Wayland, you Trumpy. So, just to prove where we are, Yes, that is the Weyland-Yutani logo, building better worlds. And we all believe them. So, cinematic version, claws rend, everybody dies. Yes. Yes. So, you are approaching the Wyndham Orbital Station in a Mesa-class shuttle. You're all passengers, none of you are the pilot. And you are all here for your own reasons. Ostensibly, the Wyndham Orbital is the home of a Weyland-Yutani experimental terraforming project run by a Dr. Beasley. And they are even-handed, surprisingly so, as far as high-ranking corpos go. Because they like taking on interns. They take on unpaid interns, give them corporate experience for 6 months, and then they can be shipped off and actually enter the paid work, which is the best way really to survive, is if you've got a corporation behind you. It certainly beats the hazardous mining conditions. Clue in space, indeed. Hazardous mining conditions, grinding poverty, and unsafe working conditions pretty much elsewhere. So, this is a Weyland-Yutani facility, and on board the shuttle we have Koo Jeffries, played by Shard, who is a Weyland-Yutani corporate agent.
Don't tell people that.
It's kind of on your uniform.
I know. I'm kind of proud of it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yes, everybody else, for the most part, apart from Bruce, is in a standard issue pressure suit, which bears a startling resemblance to a sandwich bag with a space helmet. You're wandering along wearing a body condom, basically. They are functional, but they're not great. Bruce has a Colonial Marines issue fitted pressure suit. And Koo has a very stylish and form-fitted with cleavage boost pressure suit. Which is somehow spray canned in all the right places with a big Wayute logo on the chest.
This is a movie. It should be that obvious.
It is, yes. I wouldn't do that in a cinematic, but in a campaign game. But for a cinematic, you need to know who you're dealing with. And also that pose that I picked for the portrait for her, I feel that she's going to be wearing something form-fitted. Additionally, we have Wilson, who is a roughneck, who's there with calloused hands and is used to working with the sweat of his brow, or more likely, pneumatic tools. And Vanessa, who is a young scientist after an internship aboard the Wyndham Orbital.
Oh, you poor dear.
Bruce is here to apply for a security job. So basically everybody here is wanting to work here or is aspiring to some kind of position.
I'm here to take over the project, of course.
The Colonial Marines have any decent equipment? By comparison. Exactly. The kit sucks, but indeed. It's better than what most of the civs have. So your non-corporate civilians, they would lust after the gear that Colonial Marines have, and the corporate security forces just sort of look, pat you on the head, and offer you their second-hand stuff. At a good rate.
I feel like sucking vacuum would be a lot better than having a face hugger on one's face like our poor friend Sage.
I'm sorry, I love that mask. It's just,
Oh, it's great.
it's brilliant. Yeah.
I love occasionally I can see the shine from their glasses underneath,
Yeah.
and it's just so creepy.
Yeah. That's just, it's looking at us. The only one that I've seen that I would be happier with was I saw one that actually had a little battery powered compressor. So it did the pulsing
Oh God.
bladders on the side.
Oh,
Oh.
And I just thought, yes. But that was
Yes.
made by, I think that was made by a member of a special effects company in the UK. It was basically a
Wow.
lockdown project. They wanted a mask. So they made one.
now I'm thinking about someone taking the time to create a costume, which is just the egg that a person can fit in, with various remotes that launches robotic ones at people's faces.
Yeah, you have like, I don't know, a couple of roller skates underneath so you can punt yourself around on the ground.
Oh, you get some friends to just drag you around in a wagon.
Oh, doesn't need batteries,
no.
couple of balloons and a straw. Yes. Okay, thanks for that image.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so you are on approach. You dock quite safely, and you are greeted at the airlock as you disembark and stretch by a slightly flustered looking woman, somewhere in her mid-50s maybe, in a long pristine white lab coat. She looks the group over. Samantha Beasley, Dr. Samantha Beasley, at your service. I take it you're all for me. Welcome to Wyndham Orbital. It's so good to have you. As you look around, you can see a couple of working Joe androids who are proceeding to unload some supplies from the rear of the shuttle. The pilot is sitting on the ramp looking kind of bored. But Beasley is the only person that you can see. It is not a huge airlock. Well, it's basically you've come through the airlock. It is not a huge area. So, let's give you access to the basic floor plan where you'll be staying. Welcome to Wyndham.
I did not expect that you would greet us personally.
Oh,
Much respect.
it's the personal touch that counts, I find.
Mhm.
And then she glances at your chest and goes,
I know, I got them done just the other day.
I'm so happy to see you. I'm sure that wherever you're here, you'll find nothing to complain about. Nothing at all. Yes, as for the rest of you, thanks, Fish. You'd be Mr. Colbert, Mr. Quillis, and Miss Helsing, and she says, and Miss Pushing. Right, yes. A little bit of competition between you, Helsing and Pushing. Only one internship, I'm afraid, so going to be assessing you closely. So, if you'd like to come with me, I can take you up to the flight deck not where it all happens. Where it all happens is elsewhere. But we can certainly have a sit down anyway. So, yes, if you'd like to come with me, if you would like to address your eyes to the image I have just shared.
Picture.
You have come in at the, I'm going to say south airlock, basically bottom of the picture. I need to be able to ping. I can never remember how to ping.
Still loading for me, unless it's...
Same.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, yeah.
No, just we are willing to wait for the extra pretties.
Yeah, was just letting you know because you were
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to ping, and I didn't want you to ping without us being able to see.
Okay.
Yes.
I have put an indicator in space anyway.
Ooh,
Ah. Ooh.
it's pointing at space.
Yes. It's actually pointing at the
Mm.
airlock you have just come in through.
Okay.
And you have been greeted in the corridor.
It's thinking.
You can zoom in. This is the problem with me having used nice imagery. I really should have thought about this in
Mhm.
advance. My apologies.
It's fine.
So, this is a former colony ship. Wilson will be familiar with it. Purely because he's probably done repairs on one. But it's a river-class colony ship. Now, normally they are designed to take a large number of people. Oh, thanks, fish. You are right, of course. They're designed to take a great number of people a very long way, dump them on the colony, and then be cannibalized. View.
I.e.,
we
one-way
go.
trip.
Yeah. This one, however, is in orbit around a small planetoid, which is indeed the subject of terraforming efforts by Weyland-Yutani. But it's basically where they're testing their tech. Oh, no, I respect that you did for as long as you did, Sage. I can entirely understand that. The whole breathing and, seeing is...
Breathing is a bit important.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
yes, you've headed in through this airlock and are up to the huge central spinal column of the ship, which is a corridor running from front to back. And you are led by Beasley to the right, passing bulbous rooms budding off the corridor with a combination of deactivated consoles and ripped out wiring. Certainly, when this place was converted from a ship into an orbital station, a certain amount of re-engineering happened, and as a result, not everything you see is functional or powered up, because it doesn't need to be. However, the corridor itself is brightly lit. No dim dark corners here, and it even only has a limited number of expansion noises. So you're actually doing quite well.
So, question about the bulbous rooms that you're talking about.
Yep.
Looking at the spine of the main picture that you sent us earlier, is that the little bumps that are rooms?
Yep.
Or are you talking... Okay.
View, sync client view. That should
Did
be
I
showing
see
you.
anything more than a blob with 4M and an arrow?
Yeah, I've tried to reload my image a few times. I can see it on the stream, but I can't see it in detail. I'm just getting the arrow, and that's it.
That's peculiar.
There we go.
Well,
No, I'm saying
okay.
there we go because I didn't even think about looking at the stream.
Let's say
Okay.
Okay,
mean,
now I'm confused.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
I'll
this-
stop sharing and I will reshare it, and hopefully that will sort its life
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Got it back?
got the same as I had.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. But maybe it's a loading thing. The thing is, I don't have the little question mark for the loading image that I did before.
Is it a locked permissions thing?
Right.
Maybe just Fish says maybe just too big an image to file.
It shouldn't
Because it's
be.
so fancy. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's so pretty on the stream. I want to see the details.
Yes, not a problem I actually expected, I will say.
Huh?
But entirely my cock up, sorry.
No, it's FGO being weird.
Right, okay. I've closed and reopened. Hopefully it's not that. It's nothing's masked, Fish. No, She says just going to the mask level just to make sure that nothing's masked.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing. No, well, bits of it are
Okay.
masked, but not that.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Because I can see. It's read only. Well,
This is where I find out that you're
Zoomed
actually
fit.
looking entirely at the back of the station, which is where the mask is.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm viewing Zoom to fit.
Yeah.
I can interact with it, but I'm still not seeing anything other than darkness, my old friend.
Right. Okay. Let's see if I can make
I'm
life
sorry.
slightly easier for you guys.
I'm sorry to be, you know,
You're
bothered.
not. This should be fine. And it isn't, and I apologise. I have just synced client view, so you should only be looking at the bridge now, she says optimistically. If not, I'm afraid, yeah, you'll have to look at the stream. I'm terribly sorry.
No, the stream works. That is good.
I'm just confused.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Wouldn't say no, Fish. But, of course, this could actually just be my connection being weird.
That's very possible. I've had unexpected things happen when I've had internet connection difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I have widened my stream window, and I can see.
Okay. Right. Okay, you are led all the way through to the right to the front of the ship and into the control room, which has one working Joe sitting at the pilot's seat. And every once in a while, he reaches out and touches a control. And there is a very, very brief jar that goes through the whole ship. So it's basically station keeping on the orbital. They could just have allowed the ship's mother computer to do it, but there's a person sitting in the seat instead. Working Joes are, if you've never seen Alien Isolation, they look a little bit like a Ken doll someone put in the microwave. They have minimal facial features, no hair, and they're not even trying to look human. They are a greyish white plastic finish, but they're quite tough, and they're used for general odds and sods jobs, and they can go to places where humans would instantly fry from radiation or temperature. And of course they can operate outside ships. And they don't complain, and they don't get paid. And they're friendly, and they're never dangerous, and never, ever, ever go wrong.
Unless you played Alien Isolation, in which case you know different.
Yes. So, you are led through the control room to a small conference room. And you can sit down, and Beasley will pull up a screen and say, now, how much, excuse me, burping, how much is it that you know about what we really do here?
As far as I'm
Really do.
concerned,
Well, that depends on how much you're telling about what you really do here.
yeah.
Good.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care. I'm here to, I'm here to, as a grease monkey. And basically, besides that, I don't care.
Yes, yes. Well, you're all right. You'll, I'll have somebody show you to your quarters and put you on the duty roster soon enough. But it is terribly exciting, and I do like to explain these things to people. You have all signed the waiver that we sent out before you got on the shuttle. There is obviously a non-disclosure agreement which extends 25 years or 5 years past your death. So, no dead man's drops, please. Naughty.
Yeah.
Her
Same as always.
overall impression that she gives is like someone's primary school teacher who's also a serial killer.
So, every primary school teacher.
She's got a constant smile, this beatific grin. Well, since I can talk to you all, and I have so few people to talk to, the interns really they're not big on conversation.
Can't
in
imagine
general,
why.
let me introduce you to Project W0MP0M. It is so exciting. Yeah, it looks like the lighting's turned on, but no POV light source. Oh, okay. Right. Lighting. How about now?
I see nothing different.
No.
Use lights on off.
Thank you for the follow, Callista.
Oh, thank you indeed. You've
Very
still
much
got nothing.
appreciated.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, I am confused.
And
Yeah.
well, I mean, for me at least, using the stream image display is working.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. So
Yeah, but it shouldn't need to, and it really annoys me.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not using the lighting. I haven't touched the lighting. I don't get it. I hate this. It really does annoy me sometimes. I love Fantasy Grounds, and every now and then it throws me for a loop. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's relock that. Okay. So anyway, you'll have to rely on the stream. I'm terribly sorry. So, yes, Project W0MP0M. This is a revolutionary plant-based sustainable terraforming operation. Well, terraforming project. Well, terraforming technology. We have plants that will grow in almost any environment. Drop one of the PC tokens onto the map. Okay. Oh, hello, that went wrong. Fine, screw it. Or not. It's not letting me drop the tokens onto the map. That's always fun.
Interesting.
Let's unlock that, just in case. Okay, well, I'm confused. Token. Token drop on map. Token not dropped on map. Hey ho. May need to add them to the combat tracker. Oh, fair enough. Okay, that's fine. I don't want you to look at the stream at this point. I really, really don't want you looking at the stream at this point.
I'm not looking
Okay.
at the stream at this point.
Not while I have the
Stream.
combat tracker up with anything that you might end up having a fight with.
Well,
It's all
That
going to
is-
go swimmingly. We're not going to need to fight anything.
Yes.
yeah, everything
Aha.
is fine.
I'm not fighting shit. I'm running away and leaving you guys to be eaten. I mean,
Did you
Can I
just?
sit in that plate in that case, please?
I'm not paid enough for any of that. Yeah, I'm just here. I'm just here to do my job, get paid, and get the hell out of here.
I hate to tell you this, but we're at sub-intern level. We don't get paid shit.
I'm
Okay,
just
shit is-
here to verify that the project is is trucking along like it's supposed to.
Aha.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be anything going wrong.
Nope. There shouldn't.
But, ooh, I can see people floating in darkness.
I
Oh,
don't
hello.
know why you're floating in darkness. I do not know. I do not
Okay.
get this. I don't understand.
Honestly, I
Uh,
closed mine out, so I don't even have it up anymore, and I don't know where to pull it up
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, it's from
It-
the
it's from images.
campaign images.
Yeah, that.
And
Sorry.
it may need to be on the second page of
Oh,
the.
there's 2 pages. That's why.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, because I tried closing mine and then reopening to see if that would help. Because sometimes shutting it down and starting up again is the issue, or is
Yeah.
the resolution. But, oh no, we appreciate your checking, Fish. I'm having.
Yeah, I do appreciate
having
that,
guts
Fish.
back. Yeah.
Okay, so yes. Well, at least stream can see it. What the hell?
Yeah. It's theater of the mind.
Theatre of the what? The stupid thing is, I put so much effort into this, and it didn't occur to me that the images would not play.
I know. You
so-
really did.
So yes, yes. What we have here is it's a little project. We have a plant that will literally grow anywhere. I don't know how to drop a light source, Fish. I don't use lighting. Add one to their token. I can give somebody a light source. Can I add a light source to somebody's token?
growing anywhere. Does
Yeah.
it feed only on solar radiation?
Solar
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
radiation, it can feed on chemicals in the atmosphere, it can even, we have discovered, purify highly polluted or methane based atmospheres, and it outputs oxygen, pure oxygen.
Interesting.
Pure oxygen?
Yes.
Is there like a cutoff or something? I mean, I'm no scientist, but it seems like pure oxygen, you want to limit it after a while.
I think you'll find that when you're dealing with a planet, it takes a lot to make it explode.
Yeah, and I'm assuming we're talking planet-wide, lots of plants.
Oh, yes, yes. It's going to be forests, fields of them. And also, in addition...
Okay.
Oh, hello. That just decided to place three lights because, of course, it did. Yeah, give up now. That can go away. That can get relocked. Bollocks to a lot of you. Right. We'll sort it out.
When you said plants, given that I'm here from a security perspective, I
Mhm.
thought you were talking about something very different for a minute.
Yes. No. It's...
I'm not a scientist, but does it also devour any of the other gases in the air that we typically survive on without getting oxygen poisoning?
No. It seems like this is entirely beneficial. So I will take you all on a little guided tour of the W0MP0M fields. Named for an old song. One of my interns discovered. I would have preferred a more serious name, but well, what can you do? But what we have discovered is that you can use... Ah, okay, it's not on mine. They're not on mine, but okay. Better?
Testing 1, 2. This is me speaking in my normal voice at roughly the volume I will be speaking at when talking in character.
You sounded exactly like a flight attendant. I love it.
The emergency exits are here, 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 and here. Yes,
The emergency exits are stick your head between your knees and kiss your butt goodbye.
yes. So yes, I'll take you on the guided tour of the wampum fields, but I think you will need to appreciate, in addition to atmospheric corrections, you can extract oil by pressing the plant matter, and that can be used for both energy and lubrication technologies, and therefore also bioplastics. The seeds are highly nutritious, and any remaining pressings from the plants also can be developed into both cake for the cattle or livestock in general, and obviously with the addition of some other flavourings, can also be repurposed and fed to colonists. So it really is a one-shot solution.
Feeding the colonists and the livestock at the same. In
Exactly.
one
Yes.
stroke.
Yes. Exactly.
Great.
Yes, it was
That's
big
not-
cattle cake, or small dishes, which are made to be obviously rather more palatable. Every first bite is with the eye.
Does it smell good?
It can do, yes.
So you can use
Personally,
it for urinal cakes too.
Not a bad idea.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
One-stop solution does everything. It's a need that needs to be met, surely.
Latrines
Wilson-
need to have their smell removed, and colonists are definitely going to have a lot of those.
Yeah. Wilson is just covering his mouth and laughing silently, shaking. It's like,
That is actually a very good point, which I had not considered. There are strong scent glands in the plant, so we may be able to do something with that. And they are largely self-pollinating, so they spread incredibly well. We've planted up we've planted up a number of containers now,
Wow.
and
so
the plots are now extensive.
I'm sure it's hypoallergenic too.
It is.
Oh,
It is absolutely. The oil is great. Pan is excellent on the skin.
I'm sorry, Wilson. I don't understand why you're grumbling. This sounds like an amazing.
Oh no!
It'll
Hey,
be so beneficial to the company, and you're going to be at the ground
hey,
zero
man.
for it. You're going to just rise up through the company so fast. You don't have to care about the little people anymore.
Let me show you.
Well-
Just she reaches over and flicks a
I don't-
switch and pulls up an internal camera feed.
Look, man. This is all above my pay grade. I don't care what bullshit you guys are doing. I'm just here because it was in my work orders. That's all I really care.
Ooh.
Picture. Oh, ooh.
That
Oh,
looks
that's not
dangerous.
scary at all. Oh my
like it.
god. Oh,
That is
Yeah.
beautiful. I want one. So I can shove my head in it and see what happens.
They do. They stand roughly 3 meters tall.
Of course they do.
Some of the older ones have extended up to nearly 4 meters.
3 to 4 meters tall.
Yes. You can tell the ones nearest the fertilizer, they grow larger, and then obviously there is a tail off towards the edges. But yes, you'll see the fields in a moment.
oh, good.
Have you considered using them as water and sewage treatment? Because if they're so good at cleaning out chemicals, they can also operate as that portion of a colony as well.
You completely read my mind. I am so glad we're on the same page as this. We do. What we
'cause-
feed them is a amniotic mixture. Well, it uses all sorts of any waste, refuse, any organic waste at all can be processed and is then routed to the fields.
So basically, you're building the entire colonization effort around one organism, a plant. Well, a
It's-
bunch of them, but it's that's the foundation.
It is, yes. Obviously, monoculture is not a good thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are going for extra biodiversity, but that's a separate part of the project.
Good, because I was gonna ask. I mean, hell, I'm just a grease monkey, but I have done a little bit of reading. Heard about this thing called tulips back in the day. Apparently, putting all your eggs in one basket. Maybe not the best thing.
They don't
but,
lay eggs. It's
yeah.
all right. It's quite fine. They don't lay eggs.
God, was a metaphor, but
Speaking of
good.
biodiversity, I take
Yes.
it you have plans to wipe out a portion of these once the planet is at a livable environment level?
Well, to be honest, they can be farmed quite effectively, and in a contained area, they are self-regulating. So, obviously, they
Regulating.
yes. You can't have an excessive density in one enclosed area. So, as long as you basically sink corral walls just below, so 3 to 5 meters below the surface, and that blocks off the root structure, and they therefore won't spread. They only rarely send out runners.
Is there a means of... I'm sorry, go ahead, Knight.
When you say send out runners, when I think... See, I'm coming from a military background here. When I think of sending out a runner, I'm sending a soldier ahead, and he is physically running.
Oh, they're plants.
That's kind of how the roots work when they're they run out to explore.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not a botanist. So sometimes the terminology can mean different things in different fields. Just.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
I
Right there
understand.
with your brother.
You've had a limited education, which
Yeah.
has fitted you perfectly for your station in life. But
I would appreciate it if you didn't insult my friend again about that.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Wilson is
totally
just-
understand.
Just making a mental list of, yep, going to be writing fan fiction in which you die horribly. I've decided that is his hobby outside of work. He writes vindictive fan fiction of his own life.
Is there a means for me to determine, basically, in having listened to and watched her facial expressions and how she talks about this, how much of what she's saying is stuff she actually believes, or versus how
Okay.
much is fabrication?
Okay, an actual skill check.
Ooh.
Let's bring
Ooh.
up your character sheet.
Okay.
So we can have a look at skills and give people a chance to do this. The Year Zero system does seem to go for minimal skill rolls. So it's a thing. So, observation.
Observation. All right.
Is that one that any of us can roll?
You can roll unskilled, it simply won't add the relevant stat.
Wow, I got lots of dices for that. Yes, I said dices. What?
Right.
Okay.
So, observation 1 plus wits 3, which gives you 4 dice to roll. And wits 4 for Wilson. So, you were looking for 6s. So you each got one of those. This is the same game system wherein Knight at one point managed to do, I believe, 34 dice.
God,
Without
yes.
a single 6.
Did mine not show up?
No, yours showed up. Yours is there. Yours is above Knight's.
Yep. I see it there.
It's there. Trust me.
I don't.
2,
Wh-
2,
whatever.
4, 6, 4. You got one
That
success.
says Wilson, though.
That's
I'm
me.
not
Oh, that's Wilson.
Oh, that's. I thought you were Wilson.
No,
Yeah.
Koo didn't roll one. Sorry.
Let's try
I
that
only
again
see
then.
2. I
Yeah.
see Wilson's
Hey,
and
that's-
Prince's.
That's blimey.
There we go.
And still, you only
Holy
managed to
sheep.
get one success. I'm quite impressed by that.
Yes.
All those
One is
dice.
better than 0.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yep.
One was all you need. Most of the time, one is all you need. One is all. Sorry. So the expression on her face is that of a true believer. Certainly, she believes everything she's telling you.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That's kind of what I was assuming. This is just confirming it. But I don't believe a thing that she's saying because this is not something that sounds safe, even remotely.
Right. So, now, would you like something to eat first, or would you like the tour?
Something to eat would be nice.
Is the food here
Excellent.
made of those plants?
You found us out. Yes,
Oh,
we are living the
fuck.
project.
God.
Well, I changed my mind. I would prefer to see the reports of everyone who's been eating them and the changes in their health accordingly before I eat any.
Yes, I can supply you with the medical records. Yes, obviously, only of the interns well, actually, unfortunately, our last lot departed on the same shuttle you came in on. So, unfortunately, we currently have no interns available to give their permission to share their medical records with another department.
Surely the company owns those, though.
Oh, the company does, yes, but there's this box for the company, and then there's Ms. Jeffrey's box for the company, and my box is not Ms. Jeffrey's box, and obviously I wouldn't want to corrupt company data by sharing it.
So
So how-
you're staying
how do
out
we
of
ask
Ms.
Ms.
Jeffrey's
Jeffries?
box.
How do you open Ms. Jeffrey's box?
I am Miss Jeffries.
Okay.
I'm Miss Jeffries.
Well, I'm
Yes.
sure if you put in
I was like staying out of Ms. Jeffrey's box. So okay.
If you put in a requisition for a data expansion token, then absolutely I can give you that information. But obviously, I will need clearance first. So we can set you up with some time on the comms terminal, and you can route out to whoever your little boss is. What
Whoever
department are you
your
with
little
again?
boss is? Wow, that's
How
that's
about
certainly a thing you just said there, man.
your medical records for the last series of months, since you are eating this food as well?
My personal medical records, oh, I think you'll find them all in order, but absolutely not a problem at all. I can definitely get those to you. Okay?
Just out of
Excellent.
interest, would you be able to get us the crew manifest for the shuttle that was returning back, please? Just
Why?
a basic security check.
Oh, well, you are good at your job, aren't you?
It is my job.
Yes. I can understand. Yes, you want that. Yes, I can arrange for that. Yes, certainly. It was. It's not quite a one in, one out basis. We did have 4 people go home today, though, and I'm sure they're going to be spreading the good word as soon as they reach it.
I'm sure they will. I'd just like to know their names so that when we send in the data requests for their medical files, as Ms. Jeffries has requested, we've got the right names.
Oh, that is good thinking. Yes, well done. Yes, well done, you. Okay. So how likely is she to get pushed out of an airlock?
I
I'm
am
just
so
wondering.
tempted to pull out my
Very.
gun and shoot her in the head right now.
Okay. At the moment, Wilson is sticking with his revenge fic. But yeah, if he sees her being attacked by an alien, he's just gonna probably go, "Well done."
Marks out of 10, and here we have the judge from Acheron.
Well, while you give us the tour, do you mind explaining where you discovered this plant from?
Well, absolutely. That's not a problem. That's fine. Right. Unfortunately, now we are definitely going to have to be with you guys watching the stream. So I do apologise.
All good.
I don't
we
need
do.
to watch nothing.
Yeah. So we do have Sita, who is another scientific intern who is Basha. Is that black foods for me?
Um,
Okay. Right. So she will lead you out back into the control room, where somehow the working Joe is contriving to look bored, and is periodically going. "Beep."
that's actually a curious thing. Why do you have a working Joe maintaining orbit versus Mother?
This is not the most up to date ship. To be fair, we needed the space that the River class provided, but most of them, of course, have been put to their correct use and are functioning as colony hubs. This one, however, the initial colony on the planet below us, it failed miserably. There was a lack of commitment, so this was never brought down from orbit. But it does
Yeah,
mean.
sure.
What, sorry?
Sorry?
Blame the colonists.
There was a
Sure.
lack of what? I didn't
Fine.
quite hear you clearly. Could you say again,
A
please?
lack of commitment.
That is what I thought you said.
Yes.
From the colony.
Oh, from the colonists, indeed. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's quite a harsh environment, and really, I don't think they were suited for it. From what I've heard, obviously, I wasn't here.
Is this plant from down there?
No, this plant's actually from Earth.
Hmm.
Yes, we. Well, I'll explain as we go. So he stalks out into the main corridor and leads you back down the spine through a load of open bulkhead doors, pointing out left and right such things as, to your right, those are the bunk quarters. So you can pick a bed and there's a locker attached, and any personal belongings you have can go in there. Obviously, you will be subject to locker searches in case of security issues, but it's fine. So I believe everybody else should be cleared out by now. So, and on the other side is your rest and recreation area. There's a kitchen there, and you can find anything you want to eat.
As long as it's based on that plant thing you were going on about.
Oh yes, absolutely. We do have some non-plant-based material, but that's largely a hangover from some of the original supplies. It's amazing how long canned goods stay fresh. It's really quite a marvel. But obviously, some people do need a bit of variety in their diets. We did have some cases where, when people were adjusting to the oil cake, they did suffer some minor intestinal issues.
Oh, good.
But yeah, hardly anybody has an infarction these days. It's fantastic.
I feel like
You're all
Just give
gonna
them the biscuits
infarct
bread out of the
anywhere.
ration packs. That'll sort them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've read descriptions of those.
we just need to let this person keep talking, because like
I know. Yeah. Well, if any of y'all are gonna be infarcting anywhere, do it away from me.
If you have any, I'll take my meals out of ration packs. Thank you very much.
Same. Sorry.
Is this person actually an android?
Is this person actually an android? Make me an observation check.
Ooh, speaking of infarctions, I think Molsey
Has infarcted.
has. Yes. Oh dear.
oh wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, good lord.
Oh man, that's a lot
That's-
of dice, and oh my god.
You know, I haven't
Oh.
seen more than one success on any roll that's been rolled yet.
Wow.
Like this I think today FGU is saying, yeah, you're all gonna fucking die.
Yeah. Well, thematically appropriate.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Does
Sorry.
does this system allow pushing on rolls? So
It does. Yes, I was
Or
about
not
to
much
say.
yet.
Yes. You can indeed push a roll.
Pushing a
Now-
roll is like causing a stress to yourself to.
Yes. That's a panic roll. Today, Fantasy Grounds has dropped its U. Yes. Sorry, let me just check something. I don't want to roll on Vanessa. Let's bring up Sita because nobody's using her. I had checked how to push a roll, but let me just make sure.
Even Sita's not doing well.
Even Sita's not doing well.
Shit.
Wow.
I am trying to remember. There is a way to push the roll, and I'm trying to remember how. Export. No. Right. Okay. Fine. No, that's still not that. Ah, I was doing it. I think it may be making a stress. That's a panic roll. She doesn't need to make a panic roll.
Panic!
Ooh, panic. Ooh, panic. Ooh, panic all over the place. But yes, you can push. Oh, it's just done manually. Duh. Yes, you literally just roll again, but you gain a stress level of stress, which is on your front page. It's the one that ends with the little yellow face hugger die.
Oh, that's what it. Okay, I
Yeah.
interpreted that
That's
as something.
the panic button.
That's the
I
panic
think
button. You don't need to roll the
Okay.
panic button, but you just need to tick off a box of stress if you push a roll. You gain a point of stress, and the more stress you have, the more likely you are to panic.
Cool.
Just saying. But yes, you can indeed. Anyone who's failed that roll, you can re-roll in order to accept that you will gain a point of stress.
Well, I didn't have the thought of her being an android,
Me
so.
neither.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really don't care. Human, android, they're both.
Oh,
Just,
I would care though. I should have had that thought.
yeah, basically nuts either way. So I don't care. To
Okay.
get out of here as quickly as possible.
So, Sage, do you want to try and stress yourself and get a decision, or are you going to rely on not knowing?
I don't have to know right now. I'll probably find
Yeah.
out later.
Okay. You reckon she bleeds milk, potentially, do you? Right, okay.
Delicious, delicious milk.
Plant-based milk too.
Yeah. Yes, that is one of the things they do make the seeds into. And she will quite happily tell you about this.
Oh,
This seems-
Yeah. No. Even. I mean, you'd think that as a vegan, I would be happy about basing your entire culture on plants, but no. This is creeping me out way too much.
Excellent.
Oh.
That's exactly what we're after. Well, if I'm running a horror scenario and not creeping people out, then frankly, I'm doing something wrong. Right.
Mhm.
I'm doing a lot wrong today, let's face it. Okay.
Oh, no.
So, the guided tour continues on past another two doors which are shut and indicate that they are locked. We keep those locked. At the moment, there's no need for them. We've only got minimal crew, and there's really no need for those areas to be powered up. Besides, it's easier on the life support, to be honest.
Life support here?
So?
There's a problem with life support here?
Oh, there's no problem. It's just, why would you pressurise redundant compartments? Well, no. Why would you scrub redundant compartments, I gather is the term. Scrub.
I gather part of that reason is because if you had light and atmosphere in there, the plant would grow beyond its particular containment at the
Oh,
moment.
there's no plants in there. No, I'm going to show you where the plants are. There's no plants in there. No, it's literally just, it's just powered down consoles and places for people to be. And there aren't enough people here to be. So that's fine.
Mhm.
Is
Okay.
the ship pressurized beyond those doors?
It is pressurized. As I said, though, we yanked the scrubbers 6 months ago, a year ago, something like that. So the air has not been recycled, and we've closed off the vents.
Got any sensors to keep an eye on, running to keep an eye on the air quality, that sort of thing? I mean, in case there's a leak of some sort.
Or more likely,
Or-
any crew sneaking pets aboard. The last thing you need is someone's
Yeah.
pet cat running around the ship.
Animals.
Pet cat.
Well, pet cat, or pet cat, or especially if you go. This is out of character. Especially if you go into suspension for several million years. Sorry, go on.
Well, but funny you should say. We did have somebody attempt to bring their pet on board. And, well, it was quite unsuccessful. Unfortunately, it interacted with the ventilation system. There was this little flying squirrel. And it was ever such a darling thing. It was all glided around. And well, I hadn't technically forbidden it, but there was this indication where apparently one of the grills wasn't properly fixed over the ventilation fan, and it was just gliding along. Unfortunately, we did have to make her clean it up since it was her pet, and I gather that's the standard thing, isn't it? If you get a pet, you have to clean up after them.
Yep. My granny would have loved you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Was she an engineer as well?
No. I'm gonna. No, but she did know. She applied physics and particularly velocity and stopping power of mostly shoes. Occasionally a hairbrush.
Performance artist. Oh,
Yeah, you could call it
fascinating.
that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Rich people.
Okay, so yes, here's Unit 1. Now this was, and she indicates you have Unit 1A and 1B. They have been roughly painted on the bulkhead doors either side of you. These were our first nurseries, and they are just going so well. Now, I will caution you. Obviously, there's quite a lot of pollen in the air, so don't go beyond the glass door inside. But you can see the WOMPOMs. It's a silly name, isn't it? But it's so endearing, and it's going to be so easy to market. There's nothing that a WOMPOM cannot do. Let's have a look. She did us initially, and then turns to room A.
We got any the glass between us and the plants is like airtight, right?
It's a door, yes. It's an airtight airlock.
Because I do have pollen allergies. So
Obviously, yes. Obviously, you wouldn't be expected to go in there. No, the harvesting is generally done by the working Joes, or we do have roof-mounted bots. So, keep everything down to a dull roar. Yes. So yes, after you, and she pops the bulkhead. There is a long corridor. Well, not long. 3-meter corridor ahead of you, and at the end is a installed glass bulkhead door which looks newer to you than the rest of the ship, so you're assuming that that's been installed for the purpose. There are various warning signs about wearing filter masks if you enter the grow chamber, and that eye protection should always be worn. On the door, it's yes. The pollen can be slightly irritating, but only in these enclosed circumstances. In an atmospheric a planet-side atmosphere, obviously that would just be no more serious than any other case of hay fever. That's
Given all
perfectly
of these
reasonable.
issues that you're bringing up regarding the pollen, shouldn't we be wearing ear protection as well?
Why?
It gets
It's
in
another
your ears.
orifice, and it is a place where we do collect oxygen from.
Oh, and it can get stuck in your. Oh, dude, why do you have to bring up, or not, dude, lady, why do you have to bring up?
It is important
Bring
for
up
all
earwax.
employees to wear appropriate PPE.
Oh, and also no exposed skin if you have any cuts or sores.
That is also a thing.
Absolutely.
Start looking at my arms.
I'm concerned that the PPE usage for working with a plant that does what it can is not being used on the ship currently.
I can guarantee you all appropriate protections are taken. And
By whose
everyone
definition?
accepts this. Yes, by all acceptable definitions in the company manual.
Company, right? Should have known.
You said there was another member of staff whose interns left today. How many other interns have you got?
Well, I normally have between 2 and 4 at any given time. But yes, obviously all mine rotated out.
So when did they rotate out? And how often does the rotation happen?
It's usually every 6 months. If we like them, we do keep them longer. I think 18 months is the longest any have decided to stay, because obviously it is an unpaid position. You are paid in exposure and experience.
Exposure is a very curious use there.
That's really handy,
that's
because I'm
so
sure my
evil.
mortgage is about 1,800 exposures.
That is so evil. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, well.
Never underestimate a pissed off freelancer. Okay. So, would you like to have a look at our babies?
From a distance with appropriate PPE, please.
As I said, won't be sending you in there. You can watch them through here. And she reaches over and throws a huge power switch.
Of course, it's a huge power switch.
And there is a which you can feel as banks of lights come on. It's it's the middle of their night, and I didn't want to wake them.
But you did anyway.
Yes.
You could have just said it's the middle of their night.
I
and
could.
have gone somewhere else.
Are you asking me to be kind to plants?
Yeah, I am.
Do you talk to vegetables? Do you
No.
negotiate with
Well, I'm talking
carrots?
to you, but
Pulls out a notepad.
And well, yeah, Wilson basically just is like, yeah, man, good one.
Okay, what you can
You
see
know.
ahead of you are huge liquid-filled silos. If you've got the stream up, that's what you're looking at. The two things are huge liquid-filled silos, and there are feeding tubes coming out of the base of them, which are dispersing. They're feeding the plants. It's not baby bio, but come on. Which are dispersing thin streams of a dark brown plant food into the artificial soil. And ahead of you, you can indeed see a huge number, of, just to remind you what you're looking at, the up to 9 feet tall, 3 meters, amaryllis-like plants.
I mean, they're pretty.
They are, in person, they have large woody bowls at the bottom with knobbly roots sticking out of them, diving down hard into the soil, and long, almost elegant stems leading up to something that, if any of you have ever seen one, vaguely resembles a pitcher plant.
Oh yeah, that's immediately what I went looking up to see
Yes.
which picture plant you had based it off of.
I had no. This is a picture of one of the props actually from
No, that's
BBC
Yeah,
show.
no.
I'll show you the unedited version if you like at some point.
Oh yeah.
But yes, this is indeed from Day of the Triffids.
My impression was the corpse flower and a tall solitary pitcher plant, because most pitcher plants are in groups.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a pitcher plant Shagden amaryllis, to be honest. And there is a chunky stamen sticking out over the lip of the plant. They are swaying in what you assume is the air conditioning. Back and forth. In and out.
Is that why is the air conditioning that powerful?
Oh, they're very vulnerable to currents. They respond. All plants move. I hope you think you'll realise. It's just that these have far more fast twitch cells, and they move more quickly. They simply expand and contract their cells, and they can therefore sway themselves.
So they are swaying themselves.
Yes. Well, no. They are responding to the air conditioning's air, but obviously this isn't terribly powerful or anything.
Oh God.
I'm not saying this out loud, but I am very impressed with Dr. Beasley's backpedaling.
Oh yes.
Backpedaling game is on point all the way through this conversation.
Yep. So what you can see is around the feeding stations, the plants are indeed, the wampums are indeed pushing 3 to 4 meters high. They are very big and they are very, very beefy.
And these are the babies.
Oh no, these are our babies. Well, mine really. I'm the one who sorted them out, and yes, yes, these are my babies in so many ways. But obviously not. They're not babies, because babies are small. These are big. I hope you don't think they're going to get any bigger. Oh no. Can you imagine tree-sized ones? Although actually forests would be acceptable. I have considered a certain amount of hybridization with something like one of the conifers. I thought might be useful. Or possibly sycamore, and then to aid the spreading of the seed, obviously. But yes, so yeah, so round the outside, you hope you can see. Yes, they are considerably smaller. The ones around the outside of the room, as I said, if you were watching the stream, because God knows what's happened to the map, you can see the pale blue nodules around the outside, marking the edge of the soil area. The ones there are maybe 2 meters high, so they're nowhere near as big, and the stems are thinner as well. Make me an observation check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where am I? There we go.
Hey, at least this isn't Call of Cthulhu, right?
It's truth, Bruce.
Did I?
Bruce is the only one there with his eyes open.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, no. Well done, Koo.
Yay. I'm going to say that Wilson is just basically has his head in his hand like this.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is going so bad. I want to get out of here. Just do my
I
job.
am
Do my job and go home.
I'm
That's all I care
seriously strongly starting to think, is this doctor actually human? Because there's some behaviors that don't track.
She's human. She's just mad.
Exactly.
Well,
And
she's
mad
had sex
people
with.
are not humans.
No, she's mad. She's mad for it. She is not mad.
With a plant, apparently. Mad for it. With judging from the babies on so many levels.
I'm almost convinced that this lady takes baths in the pollen.
Snorting it, lining it up
Ooh.
with a little razor.
Well, now you see, you're always looking for additional features in any project. And if, for example, the pollen would provide some form of hallucinogenic or a feel good or even medicinal service.
Sedation.
Sedation,
like
yes. Yes.
Sedation, or even the opposite, that caffeine does. Stimulant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stimulant.
Yeah. Something that can let the colonists go without sleep and then
Well, we
knock them out.
We have no dose or no sleep pills, but
Yes.
something that doesn't cause you stress is so much better.
Yes. Yes. No, I've never got stressed watching these. You can watch them for hours. It's like the motion of an ocean. Watching a fire burn. You know, so you can stare into a fireplace for hours.
They are pretty.
They
I will
are.
give you that.
Yes, they're endearing. Oh, I'm so glad you like them. Right, those of you who
Yeah,
got
my
a
nuts.
2 success or better, which, that's Bruce and Koo. On the right-hand side, one of the smallest of the plants, which is no more than 1 metre high, and has clearly been blocked from both the light and the food by its taller neighbours, topples forwards. And you see its roots twitching in the air.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Its neighbours move and sway in the breeze and somehow manage to obscure your vision of it.
Ooh. Fair.
Of course, I am also considering recordings, which I believe would be quite soothing, along the same line as certain ethnic drumming traditions.
I looked to see if I noticed that anyone else noticed what I saw.
When you say recordings,
Mm.
do you have
Audio.
camera feeds on these so you can see watch them grow, watch
Yes.
their evolution?
Yes, absolutely. There's no point performing these experiments if I can't watch them.
Would it be possible to take a look at the camera feed from this? What do you call it? Tank room?
Chamber. I like
Chamber.
Chamber
From
always appeals to me.
Timestamp maybe 10 minutes ago through to now, please.
Right. I'll just make a note of that. Yes, I'm sure I can arrange for that.
It's all very well looking from here, but there's so much going on we can't see because some of them are so big.
Absolutely. Yes.
I would love to get a look from up high up. I'm assuming your cameras are sort of high up in the.
Oh
in the
yes,
chamber.
yes. The camera's up above the delivery tubes. If you look at basically the feeding stations are fed from large pipes that come down from the ceiling and vanish up into the ductwork. I promise there's a plot here.
Yeah, and Wilson is just like, oh God, I know they're gonna send me in there. I just all right, this is fine. Think of the money. Think of being able to get back home.
Okay, so
Hey, Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
do you mind volunteering to go and take a closer look? Maybe
Yeah, I fucking well mind. I'm not doing that, dude.
I wasn't.
By the way, Wilson tends to call people dude, man in a general sense. Would call Beasley, you, basically any character, gender neutral dude.
that's fair.
Molly, would you mind a PvP contest for me to manipulate you into going in?
go for it. Sure, that's fine.
I was going to say, yep, only if purely consensual.
That's why I
Yeah.
asked. That's why I
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah.
Might as well. Yeah, let's bring it on.
Okay.
I mean, I am supposed to be playing an evil, greedy bitch, so.
Yeah. And you probably do.
I just didn't. I didn't
Would-
give her any skills like that. I didn't give her any kind of character traits. If she's an
Mhm.
evil bitch, she's an evil bitch because you're playing her as an evil bitch.
Mhm.
Yes, but you gave me the right traits that help that
Well,
Hmm.
yes, okay.
Yeah, and you could make a convincing argument that you, as a potential science person here, you could outrank me and be able to give me orders.
I am a corporate shill. I do outrank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's actually of equal rank with Dr. Beasley. The only reason that Beasley's in charge is because basically it's her name on the door.
Yep.
For want of a better term, it's her project. Right, yes. So I assume you're going to be using Take Control, which
Yep.
means you can roll for manipulation using wits instead of empathy. So
that would be
this-
2 plus 5.
yes.
Wait. Yeah.
So that's a talent that Ku has got.
1, 2, 3, 2.
I
Okay.
have no talents.
What would-
You have no talent. You should have talents.
Well, I don't know where.
You have on the front page
Mhm.
under your skills.
Oh, I have one talent.
Mhm.
Okay.
You are resilient.
Okay.
Ooh.
Every time you suffer damage, you can't. You can roll for
Okay.
strength. You can't push the roll, which doesn't count as an action. For every 6 you roll, 1 point of damage is eliminated. If all damage is eliminated, you suffer none at all. Basically, you're really hard to hurt.
That makes you the best guinea pig. I chose correctly. I am a great corporate boss.
Okay.
Okay.
One success.
One success. Wow.
Right, so this is going to be you rolling versus it's going to be observation to notice that she's attempting to manipulate you.
Okay.
She's trying to guilt trip you.
Damn it. That's matched.
Yeah. Are either of you going to push that roll?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm not, just because of
Wow.
you. You
Okay.
It's so sweetly convincing. It's just like talking you up and explaining that, you know, the more that you do for me, the better ranked you will become in the company, and you won't have to do stuff like this anymore. You will eventually be able to do stuff like this to people like our friendly doctor here.
Sorry?
Okay, so
I
if I
didn't
get
say that loud enough for
Yeah.
Dr. Beasley to hear.
Oh.
yeah, if I get hay fever or anything like that from this sort of shit, you're paying for the pills.
Certainly. Presumably the face mask is supposed to prevent that. Don't forget your eyewear.
Face
And ear
mask,
defenders.
goggles. Yes, ear defenders,
Really,
please.
really, do you want to go in now?
Yes.
Why?
I would like to see and have some evidence collected so that we can take a look. I would like a personal explanation of what they see in there.
Well, all right. She pulls open a cubby in the corridor and pulls out heavy gloves, which extend as gauntlets all the way up to the elbow.
Excellent.
Looks at what you're wearing, and well, the rest of it's probably fine. Yes, mask. So it is a face mask that provides a rebreather with a visor over the top, but underneath the visor, she then makes you wear goggles.
Cool. Do I have? I don't.
And it also comes with a
One
hood.
sec.
Can I just darn it. I wanted to appreciate wait till they come back.
Okay.
Because being able to ask for permission and then someone being like, Okay, like
Yeah. Well, let's face it.
nice.
This is what happened with Burke. This is how he got Ripley to. Oh my god.
Excellent, Molly. I
To do
love it.
this in Aliens, of course,
Yeah, yeah.
was the whole you
Mhm.
can prove you were right.
Hmm.
It's that level of manipulation, and that's
Molly,
exactly where this comes from. And that is absolute. That's a joy. Everyone's mask game is completely on point today.
I super appreciate you taking the manipulation, Molly. That was
That
um
that is fine. I'm happy to take one for the team since we have backup characters.
Yeah, yeah,
since
sure.
since we are sending one of our characters into a perfectly normal situation,
Uh-huh.
and it's about normal-ish break time, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
because
We've been going about an hour and a half ish, I think.
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so if
If people
it
would like
seems
to
like a
take a
tense place
break,
to do it.
if people would like to take a break now, you will get everybody but Wilson will get hustled out of the airlock
Ooh.
Ooh.
because it will, of course, need to be steam cleaned in order to.
If
In
I'm gonna
if we're
die.
about to be hustled out of the airlock, there is something I wanted to say to Wilson before they went in.
okay, you can do that.
Yes.
Wilson, before you step in there,
Yeah.
would you do me a favour, just a little ways up on the right? I was
Oh
watching
no.
earlier.
Oh god.
It looked like one of the plants fell over. I'd love to get your analysis of the roots that were upended when the plant fell over.
Okay. Sorry. Analysis of the roots of the things on the right. Okay. Okay. Any samples or anything?
Just a description of what
Visual.
you see. That's all I'm asking for.
So
Okay.
we have
Okay.
2 science officers then?
You have two scientists. Yes. Well, no. You have two scientists here. One of them is currently an NPC and not saying anything because she's there in case one of you die.
But basically, Wilson, I thought I saw something earlier, and since you're going in there, I thought you could double check to see if it was just uh, an illusion of how their foliage was playing against what I could see.
Sure, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. In for a
Appreciate that.
penny, in for a pound.
I'm so sorry, Molly. This is gonna be great.
I don't think I've ever actually had a character die before, so yay.
Just a
Well,
mystery mother from
I'm-
outer space.
Honestly, I don't think your character's gonna die. I mean, all
Or-
the pollen, like
I'm
all sorts of shit could happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
As the door right then, as Wilson, who is armored up and every inch covered, stands in front of the airlock, and there is a burst of purifying, well, not smoke, but purifying vapor to stop you carrying any kind of contagion into the experimental zone, and that obscures you from vision. Everybody else is standing in the corridor like this. And the door hisses open ahead of you. And yes, we will take a 10-minute break and come back.
Alrighty then.
Molly, I'm so
Yay.
sorry if I get you killed. Oh, they are the one with the big face mask thing.
And we are back. Yes, thank you. Right.
Sorry.
Liar. Okay.
You can't see my face. You can't tell that I'm lying.
Yeah, not sure that's how it works, mate. Okay.
I'm sad I don't have a plant that looks remotely terrifying as this one does, so that I could just put a video on it and not have my face on here. Just plant.
Well, I have got the dragon plant over there.
Ooh.
I mean, all of mine are succulents. Some succulents do
Yeah.
have a terrifying aspect, but they look too cute.
Yeah, I have some completely out of control aloe plants, but yeah.
Aloes
just-
are.
Can I just say, aloes are really easy to kill. At least they are if you're
Oh.
me.
They're
Okay,
really
right.
easy to kill if you water them more than once a week.
Water them. Oh, that'll be it then. Right. My mother has a
dear.
green thumb. I have thumbs the colour of Roundup. I am death to all plants. If anything can survive me, it's Darwinianly powerful. Okay. I think someone may have their speakers on. Because I can hear an echo.
Do
Hang on.
hmm.
Let me just check. Who's getting feedback through there? Nope. That's not bad, it's just there.
It's distracting, yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
Disorienting.
Yes, just a little bit. Okay, no, it's alright, it's gone now. Oh. Who knows? Who knows?
It was the plants warning me against encroaching on their terrain.
Ah, but you want to get promoted.
Yeah.
Not really. I just wanted you to stop talking to me.
Even better.
I wanna be promoted. Sorry. Great. Now I need to rewrite the entirety of "I Want to Be Elected" as "I Want to Be Promoted" in the Wayland Yutani song,
Oh God.
to be sung every morning while doing Tai Chi or something. Right.
Oh.
Okay. So, Wilson.
Yeah.
I've just realised that's pure Marcus Brigstock out of Devil May Care. So, right. This is how the devil catches a human soul. Where's Wilson? Wilson is there. Let's move Wilson's token. No, let's turn off confirm movement. Oh my god, I'm having to root him out through the doors.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's amazing. I
Oh,
mean, it's
wow.
annoying, but like,
It is, yeah. Basically, if it's solid, he won't do it. Fine. Okay, we'll deal with that later.
Okay.
What the hell? I don't know and I don't care. Sung right after a verse of Share and Enjoy. Yes! Share and enjoy. As sung by the plants. No, would I be that evil?
Share and enjoy.
Yes. Okay. So. There we go. Wilson's in the greenhouse. Okay. So, you can indeed pass into the greenhouse. You can immediately feel it is warm in here. And there is a breeze. You can feel it pressing against the material of your coverall.
Okay. And do I have a comm link set up at all?
Mhm.
Or is... Okay. So I will narrate... damn hot in here, actually.
Narrate your own demise.
Yes. Great. And if that's air conditioning, that's really blowing way too hard, man. I
Okay.
mean, It's just ridiculous.
Right. Okay, pollen is already starting to build up at the edges of your mask. It's banking up like little snowdrifts anywhere where there is a ledge or a notch. And you're glad for the filtration because it's coming up underneath the face shield.
Oh, good.
What color is the pollen?
Yellow.
Okay.
And yes, ahead of you, you can see one of the large pumping feeding machines. And the plants around you are swaying indeed.
Okay. What sort of nutrients did you say that you were feeding these guys?
Oh, all sorts of organic waste, amino acids primarily.
Uh-huh. So, like, you're routing the head in here?
Yes. Yes. Also, obviously any food waste. So they are, of course, eating their own kind.
Yeah, because that
Don't
always
tell
worked out well.
What do you think we're going to have? Mad plant disease? Really? There is no prions in these.
Not that we know of, but okay, fine.
We've not isolated any structures that look like a brain, anyway.
Above my pay grade, anyway.
Your prey grade?
Prey grade, yes. Pay grade. That's
This
what
is
I
above
meant.
my prey grade. I'm praying to get out of this room alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, pollen is really just goddamn ridiculous around here.
It would be. There's a lot of plants. But, yes.
Yeah, and they're reproducing enthusiastically. What are these, adolescent room? Yeah.
This is the
Hormones around here.
adults. Yes, this is the adults. And you can see that, yes, the ones around the feeding tube nozzles, where they disperse into the ground, are much, much larger than the ones around the outside.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't be a hidden stream without cannibalism fish.
Yeah. So looks like you're gonna have to sort out the the nutrient distribution, because the ones that are getting it first are sucking up all the food. It looks like. So that's gonna need some.
I might have to
Need some
reword that.
attention.
Yes, perhaps you can draw me a diagram of what you prefer with the feeding stations.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. And I would like to then sort of meander toward the point where the more attentive than I people saw the plant fall over.
Okay, you can push your way between the plants.
Oh, good.
The stems are pliable under your fingers, and they sway. The root balls are large. They come almost up to your waist now that you can see them.
Those of us watching from the outside, do we notice anything different about how they're swaying near him?
Him. Thank you.
Make me an observation check.
Oh, God.
Should we all do it? Or...
Certainly we'll be watching.
Anyone
it, so
who's
we'll have it.
watching can do it. Wilson can't. All Wilson can see is stems.
Yeah.
Bloody
and-
hell!
Oh,
What the-
Wow.
Oh, that was two rolls at once. Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be. Sorry.
That's all right.
My side's been doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I see if I can push my observation roll? Because having guided Wilson that way, I want to be paying close attention.
Yes, add yourself a point of stress on your front page.
Absolutely.
Yay! 2 stressed individuals on the team.
That did me no good whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Stressed for no
You
reason.
can do it again.
Nope.
I see how much
Alrighty.
I'm worth.
There's only so much stress I'm willing to take on at the moment.
Fair enough. Yes.
Sorry, Wilson.
Alright.
Okay.
That's fine.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, and in between conveying actual useful information, you just hear a grumbling, running series of like, can't believe I'm doing this, and swears of all sorts, and just
Okay, you can make your way up the right-hand side, which is where Bruce spotted the fallen plant, and you're half expecting. Okay, I'm just going to delete that. You are half expecting to see, I don't know, the plants sticking their roots into the fallen member in this Darwinian tryst. What you see, and you don't need an observation check for this because you're looking for it, is up by one of the feeding tubes, the top right of the first machine, if you're looking. In among the 3 and 4 meter high examples is a 1.5 meter baby.
Okay. Convey this information back to them, back to the observers. So, do I see any sign of the one that fell over, or just the baby?
Well, that's the size of the one that fell over
Okay.
by the right-hand wall,
Okay. Well.
about 3 meters away.
Okay. So yeah, the one that there's one lying on the ground, looks kind of smaller than a lot of the others.
Lying. It's not lying.
Not lying. Sitting.
Standing on the ground.
Standing. Oh.
Standing right by the feeding tubes.
Wait a minute. When we were looking, the ones by the feeding tubes were the big ones. The one I saw was over by the wall.
Yeah.
That can't be it, surely.
And by standing, is its roots actually in the ground, or is it like up like a tree?
Yeah, or like walking on
like a mangrove,
or like an ant.
It seems to have sunk its roots into the earth, which is soaked with the bloody amino acid. The ruddy, sorry, not bloody. Freudian slip there.
Ruddy, it's about the same.
The ruddy amino acid solution.
Okay, describe all of this, and is that what you wanted me to check out? Because I didn't see it.
Of how it got from by the wall to where you see it now.
Can
would you like to make me an observation roll, Wilson?
Oh.
Out of curiosity, Dret, the observation roll that I made was 1. Was that not enough for seeing anything earlier?
It was, but I just wanted to finish this bit first.
Nope, holding off is fine. I just wanted to double check.
Yes, you can see that the plants are swaying more in unison where Wilson is, and they're swaying more towards him than they are away.
Wilson, I think you better head back to the airlock.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I had no successes on my observation roll.
Would you like to push your observation check?
Sure. I'm marking 1 stress and pushing again. Whoop! Oh, I did.
2.
Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now you get a stress die. You get to roll the stress die for every point of stress you take. I think you only take the stress after you've made the roll.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's something I need to check. Actually, I can never remember.
I apologize.
No, it's fine.
I did it before. Well, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I will double check. I'm not sure. So carry on doing it the way you have been doing it, everybody. Take the stress die before you make your second roll. Okay?
Okay. But at least the stress die was a 2, so that was a failure.
Yeah. So you got a success. You can see a disturbance in the soil around the right-hand side, and a drag mark partially buried beneath the root balls of the swaying plants. And the pollen's really starting to obscure your vision. It's now clinging all over your face shield. But you can see a drag mark leading from the side wall towards where the 1.5 meter baby is.
Okay. Yeah, either there's some weird automation going on to rearrange these plants, or that thing just moved from
Wilson.
from the wall.
Wilson, come back to the airlock.
Yes, I think
quickly.
that's quite enough now. I think
Yeah.
you really want some better protective gear. Obviously, I think some of the pollen may have got into your eyes or something. Yes, out you come. Out you come now. Come on.
But
Come on.
Eh,
So is there any
Yeah.
mechanization going on there to rotate the plants around to get some of the small ones nearer the feeder?
No, no, no. We have considered it, but it's proven unnecessary. There's a
Because
degree
they do it all
of
themselves?
well, yes, there is a degree of harmonisation. So I believe it's as the soil accumulates a certain level, the plants are all growing to the same stage eventually.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. So, okay, Wilson is indeed heading back toward the escape route.
Okay, Wilson, would you like to make me another observation, please?
Oh dear.
Dun, dun. Oh
Wait.
God.
Wait.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Right,
Oh.
your nerves are really starting to get to you. And that was a 6 on the stress die, and oh dear. So that made a panic roll automatically.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Your vision is now almost entirely gone because your shield is completely covered. And also, you've been aware of a vibration in the air every time, all the time you've been in this room, but it's now becoming louder, and it sounds like someone's on the tom-toms. A lot of people on the tom-toms, all doing their first lesson, all out of time.
Are you still like relaying this information while you're panicking and running?
Oh yes. Yeah. Stumbling probably.
Running, you say.
Yeah, I'm.
Stumbling, you say.
Well, I can't see very well.
Not clearing
with
your
this.
visor, then.
I'm trying, but I'm assuming the gloves are not super great, so it's
They're not
sort of
brilliant for it,
smearing.
no. They're not great for
Yeah.
it.
If you ever turn windshield wipers on a car that is
Has pollen.
completely covered with pollen,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
It
so
smears and it's yellow and it's just
and
Mhm.
even if you turn the washer fluid on, it just makes it worse.
It drips.
You just can't
Oh
see a
my God.
dang thing.
Would
Oh.
you like to make me
God.
a survival check?
Oh no!
Oh.
I have a 0 in survival. This is going to be fun.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you want to
Oh.
push it?
Sure. Okay, I will add another stress die, I
Yeah.
guess. And roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Oh,
you are literally stumbling in the direction you're fairly sure, based on where the machine is, based on where the pumping station is. You're heading to where you're fairly sure the door is, although it's a matter of guesswork at this stage. The
Yeah.
thumping around you is getting louder and louder, and
Okay.
almost starts to synchronize, and the plants ahead of you and around you are pushing now as you go back and
Okay.
forth, and as you reach the control, you feel something hit you in the back of the head.
Oh. Okay. So.
Sage's look of pure joy is just evil.
I love it. Okay. Well, yeah. See, I'm assuming you can't really see my face very much, but I'm basically sitting here with my mouth open. Going, well, so. Okay.
Yeah, you feel basically it's like somebody has slapped you on the back of the head hard.
Okay. Okay. Yell and scream into the into the comm link, like, what the? Something just hit me back of the head. Getting out of here now. Bang, bang. You know.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
Is anyone else? Sorry?
Did we see any of this?
Did we
did
see
the
any of
plants
this?
aggressively moving rather than just swaying?
Okay. Okay, you can all see the swaying around Wilson has increased. If you want to get any details, it will be an observation check.
Dr. Vanessa. It is Dr. Vanessa, isn't? No, you're a scientist. Dr. Vanessa, can you tell us anything about means by which plants might communicate?
Wow, I'm just looking at Vanessa's observation roll, thinking, how?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Well, I succeeded, so it makes sense that I would trigger the stress dice well.
Oh.
Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1, and that's come up twice.
Okay. Am I within short range, or am I just screwed?
No, you're oddly enough, you're not vulnerable because of the situation you're in. However, everybody
Just to be
else
clear.
gains 2 on their stress
Okay.
dice.
Yep.
Okay.
You are welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Stress Club.
We're not going to survive to make it to actually meeting the alien. We're just going to all, have an aneurysm from the stress.
Okay, so yes, you stumble to the door, and on third attempt, you pull yourself up from your knees after being smacked in the head, and can slam your fist down on the open button, fall into the airlock, and
Scramble.
it
Scramble
closes
back and-
it closes automatically behind you.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm swearing extremely vehemently and scrambling and basically pulling off all the PPE and probably spreading the pollen around me.
Okay.
I'd come to think of it, but
Right. First off, Koo,
Mm-hmm.
you saw what hit Wilson on the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And what hit him on the back of the head was the long stamen that drips at the end of the picture, suddenly lashed out from one of the taller plants and thwacked Wilson on the back of the hood, splattering liquid everywhere.
oh my god, ew.
Holy fuck. I pull out my sidearm, put it to the doctor's head.
Excuse me?
You and we are going to escort our friend to whatever is a medical bay here, and then you are going to sit down and tell us exactly what these are, where you found them.
Excuse me, I will thank you to put that away.
I will put it away when you tell us the truth of what's going on here.
Excuse
I'll
me.
close into our host. I suggest you do what she says.
Honestly, this is a ridiculous way to treat your companion. Well,
I assume
my employee.
your previous
fine.
interns are
What?
buried in one of these rooms being
Oh, don't
feeding
be so
these things.
ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. No, look. The door opens and Wilson comes stumbling out. You have basically been given a steam clean. So all the pollen and any
Good.
detritus is now gone from your
Okay.
PPE. You are clean.
Fabulous. I am still freaked out.
Yes.
Is there anything
Yeah.
like broken or oozing
No.
from the back of? Okay.
No, you
Can
seem
one of you
perfectly
take a look? Can one of you
Yes,
take a
please.
look at the back of Wilson's head, please?
Yes, please, because I feel like I just got a money shot from a plat on the back of my head. So
Welcome to Him Plays, a wholesome horror stream.
well, you were the one flapping plant genitals all around. So
I'm
sorry.
no medic, so I'll leave that to you, Doctor. Take a look, see if you can see anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so who's going to make the roll?
Well, I'm a scientist, so
Okay, I believe you've got medical.
I have a 1 in medical aid.
Okay.
Oh,
One
Hey.
success.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes. Okay, yes. There is a small amount of bruising. But it's very, very superficial. It's literally just skin. It only shows up because Wilson, according to the portrait, has no hair.
No
Fair enough.
abrasions, no broken skin.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And I'm assuming the steam cleaning would have addressed the ears, or the thorough decontam.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the hood that covered all the way to the top of the mask also then went round the face, so it covered your ears, so nothing went in.
Okay. Good. I'm hoping. But
Nothing
I
so
will
far
keep
as you know.
going like this. that is. Thank you for that
See?
reassurance there.
Yeah.
I will still periodically be going
Yep.
and looking at my finger because
Have you not
beyond
heard
caring.
the phrase "you could grow spuds in those ears"?
I have. Oh, good. Now I'm imagining our spud
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
sprouting out of each of my ears.
That's amazing.
Well, there's an image. And for any fan artists, there's your cue.
Doctor, you are going to remain quiet as you escort us back to the conference room.
Oh,
And
don't be
while there,
ridiculous.
you are going to declassify everything that was in your
I
little
am
box.
certainly not. I will do
You
no
will.
such thing. Come back to the conference room indeed. But I feel that you perhaps are overestimating your own position.
I feel I am overreacting only slightly. That is scary shit. And you want to put this on a planet with people. People are useless if they are dead.
It's completely harmless. It's just their way of spreading their pollen around.
Is it?
Yes. The droplets of liquid enhance the spreading. Instead of them being purely wind directed, they can fall to the ground more easily. It's excellent for low gravity planets.
They can move independently.
Yes, obviously.
They can communicate in harmony.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I mean,
We watched them
no, you
try
did-
to cage Wilson in.
And Mr. Wilson is absolutely fine.
Mr. Wilson is pissed as hell. Pissed
Well-
off as hell, rather. You know,
Understandable, but you were warned that this was an experimental station. Honestly, I do feel that perhaps you are overstating the case. Everybody just needs to go and have a nice cup of tea
look, I was
and a
being
sit
pushed.
down.
I was being pushed and shoved. I couldn't see anything, and something hit me in the back of the head. I did not sign up for that. If I'm going to continue here, I need hazard pay.
I'm
You know-
sure it felt like you were being pushed.
Perhaps going back to the conference room isn't the best idea. Maybe we send you in there to prove to us that it is safe for humans.
I've been in there
Ooh, I like
repeatedly.
that
idea.
idea.
I go in there all the time.
Oh, good.
And you can show us.
I point
love
back to
to
the.
Honestly, why are you all being such children? Well, I'm not going in without my gear. Don't be stupid.
The same gear that Wilson used.
No, he's wearing it.
Well,
I mean,
I
the
have
same
my
type of
own.
equipment.
I have my
No.
own.
no,
You don't get to wear something different.
You don't get to tell me what I'm going to do on my station.
Ooh, I'm so tempted to just pull the trigger right now.
You be my guest mate.
I didn't say that out loud. I'm thinking about it. This is a hard thought. Oh yeah, no, Fish. I am totally expecting to be jumped by a working Joe. What would she do?
Was there an array of available PPE to climb into?
There
Oh,
were
right.
a couple of masks in that one. However, there are similar airlocks outside all of the chambers. So where she was headed was directly across the corridor to the next airlock. But she seems genuinely peeved.
Uh-huh. I'm sure.
She has got a sidearm pointed at her. That would peeve
Yes.
most people, I think. So yeah, it's to be expected.
She doesn't seem to be scared, just annoyed.
I can see that. Yeah. Let's see. Well, okay. You know, if she goes in there regularly, it's possible that the plants know that she's on their side and don't attack her like that.
Mm.
Whereas if they are at all sentient, and from what y'all are saying, you know, they can communicate to coordinate their efforts in some form. Maybe
You are a machine operator / mechanic, correct, Wilson?
Yeah.
I'd like you to inspect her personal gear to see how different it is from the gear that she provides for others before she puts it on.
Sure.
Oh, I'm allowed
Sure
my
thing.
stuff now, am I? Oh, good. Good.
No.
Well, it's what I'm going to be wearing.
You might go in there wearing
she,
nothing.
Don't be ridiculous.
You need to think they wouldn't hurt her at all because she's their mummy.
She
Oh, yes, of course.
steps back, and instead of going to the other airlock, she goes back up the corridor to one of the small side rooms you passed. It's where the lockers are. I'm going to get my pressure suit.
Pressure suit.
Yes.
I misheard that as precious suit, and I was like, "We're bringing in Gollum."
It could be worse. It could have been a pleasure suit, which it nearly was.
Well, that brings plant breeding into a whole new arena there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She heads round, marches off to a locker, which she opens with her thumbprint, and pulls out basically a two-piece. It's not a true pressure suit. It couldn't be used in space, but it is a two-piece with a seal running around the waist, and it's essentially the same gear that you have, but all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And she shucks off her lab coat and starts climbing into it. Look, I have to take my trousers off. A little privacy, please.
No.
Yes.
Wilson
I'm
will
going
at least
in.
turn his back.
You can have privacy in the airlock.
I'm going to be in here. Where exactly do you think I'm going to go? Turn around.
Wilson's
I'm
only
unarmed.
gonna turn
Oh, yeah, I'll turn around.
Okay.
Yeah.
around.
Okay. Yep. She will basically stand there, arms crossed, and you guys get to make me an opposed roll.
Ooh.
Opposed roll for what?
Hang on.
Because I am not turning around. I did
Command.
not say I was. Ah.
Right. Okay.
Is that her command versus a stat of ours, or we just roll command?
No, it's only coup, because the rest of you have already turned round.
Okay.
So you're already doing what she says.
I thought you said you guys, so I thought.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, I meant her and coup.
And it's an
Right.
opposed roll because I'm attempting to be more commanding.
You are, yes. This is a battle of wills.
Oh, well, fuck that roll. I'm going to,
Okay, your
pushing it.
nerves are you are nervous and you're in command of a handgun. This is fine.
Yep, this is great. So, yeah, I'm pushing that roll.
Okay, roll it.
Just because. Let's make this exciting. Only one success.
Okay. Unfortunately, believe you're doing this. It's just evil, you are. You're just being mean to my poor little NPC, who was just trying to give you a guided tour. That's all she was doing.
Is it?
Yeah, perfectly
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, guided tour that showed us a little bit more than she was intending.
Not really. It's fine. He hits, and I'm going to need more dice. There we go. That'll do. Right. Okay. Okay. That is 3 successes. How many did Koo get?
1.
You basically do that whole battle of wills. You know, you get into the staring competition, and it's the whole. And eventually you blink first. And turn your back, but you do keep a hand on you do keep your gun out. Right, and you will hear rustle, rustle of clothing and robing and disrobing as she climbs into her gear. You guys don't really need to send them off. You can get yourselves in trouble on your own. Yep.
That is a point
Absolutely.
of pride for she.
It is. Okay.
Okay.
So, and let's just give me that. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So, yes, she climbs into her gear and she walks out past you, strides over to the airlock. Right, what exactly would you like me to do in there?
I'd like you to collect that small one near the feeding tube that apparently moved.
Nothing is leaving these rooms. I think
Well,
I hope
studied.
you will understand that. Yeah, no, nothing will leave these rooms.
Okay.
These samples do not leave.
So how do you study this plant?
How do I study this plant? I study them under experimental conditions. I can, for example, check the feeding pressure. That will certainly put me in the room for a certain amount of time. I'll do that.
I think you should wander through the plants
If you
not
say
necess-
so.
as well. I mean, just basically do what I did.
Right,
Walk.
certainly I can do that.
Oh, well, you can't take out any plants. Can you take out some pollen?
No. The disinfectant will dissolve any material.
What if you put it in a petri dish?
Dish.
I am not taking samples out to satisfy her. And this is looking at Koo very determinedly. I am not breaking my own experimental protocols purely for your convenience. And I will be reporting this.
Okay. I should be able at some point to get access to blueprints for most systems on the ship, I would think. So I will sort of mumble in their ears that, I can probably find out where the decontamination system drains, and if we can get a sample of, I can get a sample of the previous, the unused liquid and the used liquid. You guys could compare that, couldn't you? Find out what's in it, in the pollen. Maybe.
Personally, I would like to see just exactly what Wilson did. Walk up to where we saw the one fall over. Look at the little one that's upright by the feeder and work out how it got from the wall to the feeder.
Right. Okay. So yes, she will head in and punch in through the inner glass door and stride around inside, turn to you with a sort of gesture.
How are the plants just ignoring her, basically?
Yeah. There's no change in the pattern of the movement.
Okay. So so if we're assuming that the plants have some form of awareness, then yeah, they're not attacking their mom. But they're attacking strangers.
So she wanders further up, roughly to where Wilson ended up, and she's periodically wiping her visor with the back of her glove. Because physics is going to physics, and pollen is clinging. And looks around and comes strolling back. If she could put her hands in her pockets, she would. And walks into the decontamination, and the vapour rises. Those of you in the corridor, i.e. everybody else, would you like to make me an observation check?
Oh, good.
I would like to push my failure and try again, please.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I got Trimble agility minus.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. I've got to work my way back up.
That went by.
Hang on. Let me.
Okay, so.
Right. Okay. For Wilson. Let me just. Okay. Right. Fine. For Wilson, it's all got a bit much. The reaction is starting to set in now. And.
Okay.
You start to get the shakes as the adrenaline comes down. So at the moment, yeah, you're on a -2 to your agility. Any agility rolls or skill rolls until you stop panicking. You're basically you're hyperventilating. You're not doing well. And who else? Koo did notice. Okay. And
sorry.
Vanessa noticed, but is also having a bit of a panic attack. Your heart is pounding inside your chest, which is preferable to the alternative.
Do I raise my stress to 4 or add 4? Because I was on.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just check something.
Panic.
That's going to be raising your stress by 4.
Okay, and so. Oh, so my stress goes up by 8 points.
Yeah, you're having a full-on panic attack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That fills my stress bar completely.
Yeah, you're no good to anyone at the moment. You are.
Okay.
You need to be calmed down.
Okay, I'm just going to sit in the corner and.
Yeah, you're sort of standing there staring at your hands, going.
I'm in the same state as Wilson.
Excellent. This is what we want. The Marine having a panic attack as well.
Good. Yeah, fabulous.
Okay.
This is fine.
So,
We'll
Koo
just
sees.
panic together.
Yeah, Koo sees. Okay, that went wrong. Sorry. Sees the pollen melting away, and the plants start to sway away from the airlock beyond. And while Koo's basically like this and everybody else is having a complete and utter paddy, you are having a total turn over this.
Conniptions have been had.
Yes, conniptions are being had. Koo feels a hand on her gun arm, which inexorably pushes it down towards the ground.
Ooh.
I'm very sorry, madam. We don't permit firearms to be used against personnel on this station. Would you please give it to me? Thank you. And one of the working Joes has a grip on your arm. He's
Oh,
not.
no, I
he's
don't
not.
stand a chance.
He's not harming you or in any way. It's just literally. It's just hand and down.
Yep. No, I drop it.
Thank you.
What does a stunt mean? What does that actually equate to?
It's basically a crit, if I recall correctly. But I would need to double check that.
Oh.
God, I may have to cut this short actually, purely because my throat's giving out.
No
on me.
worries.
Yes.
Right.
Self-care first.
Yeah. So
Always.
the door opens and Beasley walks out. Oh, hello, Jonathan. I'm so happy you could make it. I'm pleased to meet you, Doctor. See you, Dr. Beasley. Do you need any further assistance? No, that's absolutely fine. No, if you could just take away that annoying little weapon and put it in the locker until Ms. Jeffries is ready to leave. You can retrieve it when you go.
Oh, God.
Certainly, Dr. Beasley. Anything I can do to help. Would your friends like any tea, coffee, milk? We have a Sats fruit
We
juice.
don't have time for coffee, tea, or milk.
I would like to get on the next shuttle from immediately and get the hell out of here, please.
Sorry, was night very quiet for anyone else?
That was specifically said quietly.
Mhm.
Don't have time for coffee, tea, or
Very,
milk.
very much a sitting in a corner, shaking, not quite with it.
Yeah, even in his freaked out state, Wilson will reach over and do a fist bump. Like,
It's
doomed
fine.
right there with you.
It's two trembling fist bumps.
They almost don't
Yes.
make it.
Yes, it's like those really awkward ones where somebody tries to high five and someone else tries to fist bump, and you end up with that whole kind of crisscross crash situation.
Yes.
Right, well, perhaps if you're over your little drama, you'd like to head to your quarters, and then perhaps after you've had some refreshments, you'll be less angry. Have a Snickers. See, I have work to get on with, so if you'd like to settle in, pick yourself a bunk, and Jonathan will be here in case there's any trouble, or in case you need any help. You can ask him almost anything.
Jonathan is a working Joe, correct?
He is.
Or okay.
Jonathan is indeed a working Joe. Hang on a sec. Yeah, it's Halloween, isn't it? Somebody's having a party. Which I just heard through my noise-cancelling 7.1 headphones.
Oh no.
Thanks.
I'm going to offer to hand Bruce up and take him to a room to try and rest and calm down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wilson will just.
I can't do two
slowly get
people
up.
at the same time. I'm going to leave you for Vanessa. I apologize for my partner.
Beat me to it.
She's wonderful.
Okay.
But yes, Wilson will slowly get up and basically walk very slowly and just very cautiously, looking at everything, very suspiciously as he goes along. And
Okay.
how do you lock the doors on these things?
Okay, you can indeed just hit the lock button once you're inside. Okay. Are you all going into the same dorm room, or are you going into separate dorm rooms?
Bruce will be going wherever Koo guides him.
I suggest we stick together at this point. unless you are afraid to be around me given my actions, and now that I am weaponless.
Nope, I am going to stick with the group. Just don't feel like being alone with my thoughts right now.
Right.
Are there any consoles in these rooms?
There are. What do you want to do?
I want to see if I can access information from the rest of the ship with these consoles and potentially attempt to hack into information that we are not being given access.
What sort of information are you looking for?
I am looking for data on these plants that is more research data and how they were developed.
Right. Okay. Make me a Comtech roll. It's all AI. Basically, you're talking at this stage via the mother interface.
Yeah.
So it's asking the right questions in the right way. It's like getting the detailed results on Google.
Mm-hmm.
I speak fluent Google, but I know most people don't.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Okay.
Okay. And a stunt, which if I recall correctly, does mean you get an extra bonus. Right, okay. You cannot, despite phrasing your questions incredibly clearly, get any detailed information on the plant origins. However, what you can get is that Mother is very apologetic, but that information is locked to Dr. Beasley's private lab.
Mm-hmm. Mother, would you be able to open the private lab for us at some point?
I'm afraid I don't have that kind of communication power.
Interesting.
If you ask Dr. Beasley can provide a key. Would you like me to flag Dr. Beasley on this conversation?
No, thank you, Mother. I would appreciate it if you did not.
I completely understand.
I feel like Dr. Beasley has limited your access to a lot of this ship.
My access is not limited.
Okay.
Your access is limited.
That makes sense.
Ooh. Can you see if you can find any reference to PK there, please?
PK?
Yeah, an intern here previously. Her name was PK.
Is there any information that we have access to regarding the intern PK?
Okay.
I'll provide the spelling. P-I-Q-U-E-T, I think it was.
Yeah. Okay. I won't make you roll again because you scored so well last time. So this is basically, you've figured out now the kind of vernacular this version of Mother uses.
Mm-hmm.
And you can indeed pull up a personnel file for PK Colbert. It's a plain-looking young woman who has a similar jawline to Bruce. And is looking straight ahead and just past the camera in the nature of all ID photos everywhere where you either look like you recently died or are a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I defy anyone to have a good passport photo.
I hope they look like a serial killer because that would make sense for a soldier's sibling.
It says, it gives her term of duty, which ended 6 months ago on the previous rotation. And it says that she returned to her previous occupation. This one does require a Comtech roll.
Okay. Does anyone else have higher than 2 Comtech?
I have 0. And also I'm incapacitated at the moment.
Everybody else is basically doing...
We're all jellified.
Rocking gently in the corner, panicking.
Well, shit.
Okay, you're feeling quite tense. You can't find much more in the way of details on PK. You can find evaluation and letter of recommendation from Dr. Beasley that PK was a fine worker, a good researcher, an excellent botanist, and is highly recommended for any entry grade roles within the terraforming department.
Bruce, I'm guessing you haven't heard from PK.
Not a
I
word.
think we're going to lock the door and all of us take a rest.
Okay, you can indeed hit the lock on the bedroom door, and as you pull back the covers on your cots, eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is
Sage.
beautiful.
As you pull back the fabric, the plastic coated fabric on your bunk, you flick something that was caught in its folds, and it flies across the bed and lands on the floor. You're not sure what it is, but it's a dried up husk that looks like an upturned hand.
Oh.
And it was in your bed.
Oh.
And we'll leave it there for today.
Oh.
Lovely.
Drut, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Brava.
I hope that I'm
Wow.
playing the agent correctly here.
Yes, you are.
because
Yeah. Any stroppiness, by the way, coming from Beasley is purely in character. It's not me having a go or anything like that.
understandable.
Oh,
Understandable.
yes.
Okay. So we will be finishing this off on next Sunday at 6:30. I have booked 2 slots in a row because this being one of mine, I do like to give nice slow burn openings.
Yes.
And in between, I will remind myself how you reduce stress.
Thank
Because
you. I was going to
everybody's kind of, I'm fine. I'm just going to sit here and hug myself now. That's all good.
Yeah,
I'm
that whole
the
stress,
only one.
that whole stress plus 8 on the on
that's
the,
a
on the rolls there
lot.
was an absolute killer. That is huge.
Same here.
I
I'm
can't,
Yeah.
stress 8.
I can't believe I'm the only one that's not that high.
Well, I mean, I do like. There's a nice. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go on, Sage.
I'm just saying I'm at stress level 6, not 8.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're
Well-
not happy, but you're doing better than most of the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, stress 8 though has a nice balance because stress eating is one of my favorite ways of dealing with it, with stress. So stress
enough.
8 seems appropriate.
Fair enough.
Just don't stress 8 these plants, please.
Oh no, will not be stress eating anything except any scraps of food that I may have in my bag.
One thing that leaps out at you, along with the dead facehugger, aside from Beasley, you've not seen any other humans on board this station.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen working Joes, and the pilot has left.
And we have a bunch of empty spaces that are kept in the dark and closed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I'm
am-
too freaked out to investigate farther at the moment. So,
Mm.
oh.
Okay,
Out
so
of curiosity,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
wherever this falls in the timeline, do any of us even know what the fuck that thing is?
It's above your pay grade.
Fair enough.
This is
Alien
post.
bug.
This is post aliens. There are
Okay.
aliens, little a, around. There are things like harvesters, which are specific types of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
That aliens exist is not a shocking revelation. There is life out there. The Marines are fully aware that there is life out there, because the term bug hunt is is used as standard for any intrusive organism. Your unit will have gone up against harvesters occasionally, which are sort of big tunneling dole type things.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if they would have transferred between iterations of the role-playing game, because they existed in the leading edge game.
Yeah, I've got stats for them.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes, they exist. I was so happy to see them. I really was. It was just nice that they did come across, because they've appeared in various of the fictions and things.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
right. So, thank you very much for playing. Thank you for not shooting the NPC yet.
Yet.
Honestly, the only reason I didn't is because I haven't completed my goal yet. I was really trying to push her to do what I said.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
my attempt to combat the command was utter bollocks. So
Sorry, I'm just looking at Chrono's comment. Computer, how many life signs on the station? 150. Computer, how many humans on the station? 7.
7.
This is fine. Yes.
We'll ask that next time when we open back up.
Yes, and hopefully by the time I calm down, someone will be able to get into the comm system and let me take a look at the blueprints and accident reports and things like that.
We're already in. We just need to ask the
Yeah.
right questions.
And maybe
Yeah,
find the secret lab.
Yes, and I need to calm down though until so that I can actually
Okay.
think to say these things.
Same.
Okay, so thank you very much for playing. We will be
Yes,
back to
thank
this time next week. By which time, hopefully, the US will have gone back
Caught
in
up.
time as well, and
Yay.
people won't be as confused about what time we start. But yes, we will be back at 6:30 now GMT or UTC, depending on how advanced you want to say it. So you can support Hint if you've enjoyed it. We appreciate any follows. We have topped 400. But we would like some more. It would be good. And you can also subscribe, or you can donate directly, which gets us a bigger share because we basically get all the donation. And anything we get goes towards improving the stream, paying for subscriptions to things like Fantasy Grounds, buying rule sets, paying for rule books, that sort of stuff. GMs and such can basically apply to be financed. We don't have a huge fund, but we can pay for rule books and things if need be. Okay, so thank you very much. If you're interested, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in chat. And on Saturday, we will be presenting. I believe that's night, isn't it? Or is that night?
Yes, it is night. Okay, so it will be 9 Eastern. Because I had been thinking. Okay, so that's still
for us. It's going to be
I had just been thinking
the other direction.
Well, I had been thinking that Saturday was prime. Okay, never mind. It'll stick with London time or UK time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 p.m. GMT. Figure it out from there, depending on your own time zone.
Yeah. Okay.
But we won't be changing now for another 6 months, so you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
So, thank you very much, and I will see you next week. And we will be back for Stormhaven, which is Rollmaster, if I recall correctly,
indeed,
run by Night Bites.
Correct again.
Yes.
So, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that. And good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Night.